So guys, it was June, Ju- it was June the 30th that changed my whole life forever. I've known this girl for since August the 6th, 2014, and that was one of, the happiest days of my life, because all my life I've been pretty lonely, and I used to, as a kid, I used to just focus on my academics, and, I used to go up and down my backyard with my music player, my CD player, and really desire a friend. And I used to sing and dance and everything. So I remember when I was 13 years old, because I started praying for everyone. I really would come home crying. I have a lot of breakdowns because I was always alone. And I prayed for this friend, and all of a sudden this friend was, given to me, and I thought that they were from Jesus. At the time they were. Until the friends that they surrounded themselves with kind of changed who they were, and I didn't know who they were anymore. Had a lot of fun with this person because I always just wanted a friend, and I always felt really lonely all my life. I used to hold a knife up to my throat because I just really didn't want to be here anymore. But this friend changed my outlook on living, and so I really did feel at home whenever I was at their house. And it wouldn't matter if we were watching TV or, doing jigsaw puzzles. It didn't matter to me. What mattered was the quality time and the company. Unfortunately, when she, changed into this person, I had no idea who she was anymore. And I used to do everything for her. So I used to help her with her resumes, her cover letters. I used to drop everything. Sometimes I cancel my own appointments to help her because I really cared about her that much, and she really meant a lot to me. Unfortunately, I had no idea how all of a sudden somebody could just ring the police and, somebody else is doing, and have her own family block me and abandon me. Due to that, my sense of self-worth was tested. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't feel the need to exist anymore. I shut down. I constantly ran away until finally I just didn't want to be here anymore, because she was my kindred spirit, and she was always able to relate to me, but every time we hung out, other people would get themselves involved. So I never felt I actually spent a lot of quality time with her because someone else had to always be there. So I also felt like I wasn't really trusted. So that day, after I got back, no one was there to say goodbye to me. I had to leave this house, and I had nowhere to go. So my friend took me to the police station, and we had to go get a motel. So I stayed in the motel very frightened, and I watched my friend have me on Instagram for a bit. She had blocked me on Messenger, and she had blocked me off Snapchat. And so I was a real mess, an absolute mess. And so I went to the hospital, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And so I was in a hospital for a week because I just felt like her presence meant more to me than life. And it still does. Not talking to her is really, really hard for me. I was chucked around a lot of homes because my mum didn't want me either. So I felt like I was getting blamed for everything when it wasn't my fault. All I was doing was cleaning a house and helping my friend out that day. My friend never came to visit me in hospital. I was in there for a week. On top of that, her boyfriend blocked me. On top of that, her friend's mum deleted me. On top of that, her friend, you know, who didn't really think highly of me anyway, deleted me. What these people don't know is I was always the ones checking up, how are you doing, how's this, how's that, you know, really just giving them the time of day, because I understand what abuse is. And I wanted to give them something different, so I decided to give love back. So I was in a lot of heartache and a lot of pain, and yeah, I didn't know what to do, and I still don't know what to do. And so, Jaren, if you're out there, you know, like, I really need you to understand that your presence really does mean a lot to me, to the point that I didn't feel like living anymore. So if you could please find a way to contact me. You know, my number is 0407 200 730. I really hope that you can contact me, Jaren, because you don't understand. And when you threw a party, you didn't invite me, but you invited uni friends, you invited gods galore people, and you couldn't even invite the one person that's been nothing but there for you. You couldn't even, you know, make up another day and catch up. You weren't there when I needed you the most. If I knew you were in hospital, I would be there in 2 seconds. If I knew that you were lonely, I'd be there in 2 seconds. This girl left me when I needed her the most. And every day, it's getting harder and harder. I don't see my worth sometimes, and I don't see my point in being here. So I just want to make it abundantly clear that it's really hard for me. And I'm full of hurt, confusion. It doesn't really go away.